Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Mindfulness Monday. This is our second week that we're doing mindfulness, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe. Hope I had a great weekend and looking forward to a week. We'll start the week off just calming us down so that we can really get into the week and feel kind of charged up a little bit and feel more creative than we normally do. So let's talk about our goal today. Our goal today in our week two, what we want to do is really increase our focus and awareness. We're going to use mindfulness to increase our focus and awareness to stay present. Because when we stay present, we have a greater sense of well-being. And that's what we're really talking about. That's what this is really about. You see, when you're mindful, you're no longer a spectator in a sport, you're a participant. You're the one taking that last shot. You're the one who hit the home run. You're the one who caught the touchdown pass. You are in the game. And that's what mindfulness is all about. It takes away from what we've historically have done, is to be on the outside looking in, to have our minds wander and tell us these stories and tell us what's going on, which is not really true. Worrying about things that's going to happen tomorrow that never happens. When we're mindful, it just takes our mind together, focuses it in on the things that are important today, and guess what? We feel better about it. Creativity happens, and our life just happens. Have a better well-being and a sense of ease. So let's define mindfulness again. Mindfulness is paying attention to the present moment experience with creativity, with curiosity and openness, and the willingness to be with what is. There's nothing more important than that than it is today. Because right now, if you look at how life was a month ago, when we had our routines, when we had our habits of getting up in the morning, driving to work, sitting in our office, checking our emails, checking our phone calls, being productive. Now, today, it's gone. It's all that's going on. We are living in a world of uncertainty. We don't have the control we had that we usually have, and we need it. We're looking in our room where we're at and figure out, why am I in this room? Maybe people outside in the other rooms that are also working. We may have children in there. Life has changed. So now it's important to have that peace and quiet, to quiet the mind. See, mindfulness is a pause button. It allows us to take control of our lives, to be able to calm ourselves, to quiet the mind. If you think about it, it's like dropping a pebble into a pond and see the ripple effects. That is mindfulness, as opposed to dropping it in the middle of the Hudson River, which you'll never see the aspects of it. So that's the effects of a quiet mind. A quiet mind, really what it does, it allows you to be open, to be able to be curious, to be able to be creative, imaginative, to allow you to do the things you really want to do. Because only when you're mindful, when you're being present, when you're aware, does things happen. And it's an amazing thing. I enjoy it. It's something I've been doing again for about 8 years now, and it does make life a lot easier when it comes time to making decisions. So when we talk about mindfulness, there are two aspects of mindfulness. There's two things that we're talking about. We're talking about a formal practice of mindfulness, is what you did last week when we actually meditated. Meditation, there's a lot of different forms of meditation, just like a lot of different types of sporting events. Okay, mindfulness is a type of meditation, which is all about one thing, that is being aware, being present, being in the present moment, so that when you breathe in, like we've been doing, you breathe in and you breathe out, it's just being aware. That's what you're doing. It brings awareness to it, and the more awareness you have, the calmer the mind comes in, so that you can make better decisions. The goal is to be present. The reason why we want to be present, because when we're not present, we're thinking about the past, which creates depression, or we're thinking about the future, which creates anxiety. If we spend more time worrying about the future, more time to worry about stuff that will never happen, takes too much time and energy, as opposed to calming the mind and making sure you understand what's happening so you can move forward. The second type of mindfulness, the informal types, just a mindfulness awareness, just being aware of your presence, just being aware of what's happening around you at all times. Meaning this. And a perfect example of mindfulness awareness is what we're going through right now, the washing of the hands. We all washed our hands. We all take care of washing our hands. But now we're mindful of it. Our mindfulness says we have to make sure that we pay attention now when we wash our hands, because guess what? It can save our lives. Mindfulness is not about saving life. It's about that awareness that when you go and you wash your hands and you pay particular attention to all aspects of it. So you understand the touch of your hand, the soap that's on your hand, the smell, what kind of soap it is, or is it not soap at all? It just may be Purell or something else. That awareness of the hands washing, this time and energy you take on it, is what mindfulness is all about. It's like when you eat food. When you eat food mindfully, it tastes better. Sounds you will hear better. Things that touch everything around you is better. I like to look at it as a set way I watched The Wizard of Oz. I remember when you watch The Wizard of Oz, that first part that's in black and white, and all of a sudden it bloom, it goes into colors. That's the difference between being not mindful and being mindful. That's what happened to me. It transitioned just like that. The world was in black and white, and then you start seeing the vibrant colors, and things started having more meaning to you. The sounds better, the feelings, the sensations of your body, more things taste better, and they feel better. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to do a mindfulness meditation where we absorb, where we will participate in all aspects of it. We're going to actually do some mindfulness awareness that's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be interesting. It's going to calm us down, but also going to make us aware of our surroundings. We're going to use sound. We're going to use the sensations in our bodies, and then we're going to look at it ourselves. So with that said, remember when we do meditate, we make sure our feet are firmly on the ground. It's up to you to decide if you want to leave your eyes open or closed. If you want to keep them open, kind of put the head down. And then your posture is like a string is attached to the forehead. And you pull it up. And you start with a couple of deep breaths. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to breathe in and breathe out. Now we're going to pay attention to the sounds that are around us. Just listen to what's around us. No judgment. You don't want to know if they're good sounds or bad sounds. They are just sounds. Maybe a bird humming. And maybe pure silence. But just be aware of the sounds. Take the sounds in. Don't analyze them. If you hear a car, don't worry about where the car is going. Just listen. Something we don't usually do. These sounds are usually background noises that we totally ignore. Now today, we want to be aware, mindfully aware of the sounds. Now your mind may wander. It's okay, it's normal. Just bring it back to the sounds inside wherever you're located right now. Or if you can hear the outside, just listen to the outside. Just listen to the sounds. No judgment. If your mind wanders to what you have to do, important you have to do today, right now, this is important. Just bring it back to the sounds. As soon as you become aware of the sound with no judgment, mindfulness is at work. Now what we're going to do is bring it into sensations of our body. How does our body feel? How do we feel right now? Are we tense? Are we relaxed? We're going to feel our feet touching the floor. As we feel our feet, as soon as we are aware of our feet touching the floor, we're being present. We understand. We are aware. What kind of sensations we feel in our feet as it touches the floor? We're feeling tightness. Does it feel warm? What's the sensation we feel in our feet as we feet touching the ground? Then we bring attention up to our legs, and we feel our legs and our bottom sitting on a chair. We just notice how that feels. We bring attention to it. We notice our hands. Are our hands relaxed? Are they comfortable? Notice how your hands are. Are you gripping one with the other? Are they apart? These are your hands. Are you aware of the presence right now? Where are your thumbs? Now we're going to notice our shoulders. Are they up? Or have we softened them? Have we relaxed our shoulders? Just soften your shoulders, relax the shoulders, bring them down. As you do that, just breathe in and breathe out. And as you breathe in, notice where your breath is coming in. Is it coming through the nose? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it in your belly? Just notice where your breath's coming in and where it's going out. And notice the sensations that are in your chest, on your belly. Is there any tightness? Are you relaxed? Just notice the sensations. Now we're going to bring the tension to our forehead. A lot of tensions in our forehead. We're going to relax the forehead right now. We're going to just relax it, soften it, just let it go. Let the forehead go. And let your eyes drop also. And now there's a lot of tension in the jaw and on the tongue. Just let it go. Just notice that now your face, your head has softened. And if you can, just relax your entire face. Just let it drop. And now your body should be totally relaxed right now. You should be aware of any sensations that's causing you any kind of discomfort. If you notice anything, bring attention to it. If right now your shoulders are uncomfortable, just notice the sensation. You feel tightness in the shoulders. Do you feel warmth in the shoulders? What about your back to the chair? Let's bring attention to the back sitting on your chair. Are you comfortable? Is your back against the back of the chair? Does that bring comfort? Or does it bring some other sensation? Right now, we're being just aware of sensations in our body. And we're going to continue to breathe in and breathe out. Now for the next minute or so, you're going to pick, you want to hear the sounds. Just listen for the next minute or so. The breath, your body sensations, your feet on the floor. What you're breathing in and exhaling. Just pick one, go with one. And just bring your focus, your total focus to one of those. whichever is one's easiest. As you do this, your mind will wander. Notice what's going on. Notice what your thoughts are. Don't do anything about your thoughts. Just notice that they're there. They're thoughts. And then bring them back to either your breath or the sounds or it's your feet touching the floor. They all say you are aware. Just like once you notice your mind wander, that's mindfulness. There is no right or wrong way of doing this. This is mindfulness meditation. Again, you're paying attention to the sounds outside or inside your, wherever you happen to be. If it's quiet, notice the quietness. If you're using your feet as a grounding mechanism, notice sensations in your feet. What are you feeling? And if you use the breath, just keep breathing in and out. As you use your mind, just calms. Ideas may come up. No judging. Just say idea and bring it back to the breath at this point in time. Okay, everybody. Thanks a lot. Hope that meant a lot to you. Again, when we do these weekly mindfulness, it helps me also. I am totally involved with the meditation as you are. As I sit, my mind wanders just the way your mind wanders. I keep fidgeting, and I have to keep remembering to bring it back to what I use is the breath. I usually use the breath in my chest. My chest rises and it lowers. But each one of you will have to learn over time what is best for you, what's easiest for you in terms of how you're going to do it. So let's talk about how we can really use mindfulness to stop reacting to certain situations, stop reacting to different things. It's kind of interesting. I just had a phone call from my daughter who we have a situation where we deal with clients. Right now, it's really difficult to deal with clients because they're more demanding than they have been before. And Kim, this is for you. I'm going to teach you this next thing in terms of how to be receptive versus being reactive to everything. You know, what we currently do, and basically because of uncertainty, because of the world the way it is working right now, we have to be able to deal with things not in a reactive manner. We react too often, far too often, in terms of things. We don't take a step back and be reflective of certain things. So what we're going to do right now, I got a little exercise that we're going to do is, and it's called stop. 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 It's what we do. It's a mechanism we use. It's a tool we use in order to stop reacting to everything. From a business point of view, we get phone calls, we get emails, and people want things immediately. And then on top of it, we're home. So now we're at home. We have to worry about the other people who happen to be in our house. It might be our children, it may be our parents, it may be a spouse, it may be other people in there. So we have to be aware of all these different things, and we use this mechanism called stop. So the S stands for just stop. That's all we have to do is stop. The T is take a breath. The O is just observe. And the P is to proceed. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it right now. We're going to do a longer version of stop. And basically what we're going to do is kind of like, we're going to bring, let's do it this way. Let's close our eyes, get calm, take a deep breath in, out. One more, in and out. And now we're going to bring a situation to mind, something that really, really, really impacted us, that bothered us. That if we had a chance, we'd do it a little bit differently if we knew how. We had the tool available. So let's bring a situation to mind. It could be a client, and it could be a family member that came in front of you and you reacted to it. So what we're going to do when that person is now, we're visually facing this person in our minds, and now we're going to practice stop, which is to just stop in our position, take a breath as we see the person in front of us. Now we're going to observe how we're feeling. We're going to feel the tenseness in our shoulders. We're going to feel our hands starting to ball up. We're going to feel this tension in our abdomen area. We're going to feel maybe our blood pressure starting to rise. We're going to feel emotions take over us. As we observe those things, we are aware now what it is that we're feeling inside. So now we get to proceed. So we're proceeding now with more awareness. So now, instead of reacting to whatever's happening in front of us, we're going to take a step back and we're going to be reflective. We're going to be able to go, okay, this is how I'm going to resolve this issue. Now, doesn't mean you're not going to be less angry. Doesn't mean you're not going to be upset by it, but your reaction to it's going to be totally different. So again, when you stop, it's just STOP, is just to stop what you're doing right now. Take a breath, observe. Observe doesn't mean, it can mean look around and see what tools you have, but observe means how you feel in your body, how the sensations are. Once you realize the sensation, once you realize that you're angry and you say, I am angry right now, then all of a sudden it calms your mind down because you're labeling it, and then you're able to proceed in a more aware present function. So that's the message you can get when you this is one of the more important tools we have of mindfulness in order to stay calm, in order to stay quiet the mind and the way to proceed. It is a great tool. I use it all the time. I recommend everybody use stop. Observe how you feel inside. So Kim, I hope that helps you out. I hope you feel this a little bit better because this tool is designed specifically for you and what you're handling right now. Okay, so let's go to our exercise. We have an interesting exercise for you this time. It is called mindful eating. And mindful eating is really, truly important because when we eat, we don't pay attention to what we eat. Most of the times we eat because we're hungry or because we haven't eaten all day, but we don't take time out to eat. We don't sit and go, okay, it's time. So today what we're going to do is pay attention to eat. And the actual exercise is just what we want you to do is when you have anything to eat today, you have any food or you have any drink, I want you to eat and do it if you're non-dominant hand. That is our exercise for today. I want you to, at lunch today or dinner tonight, take the time and enjoy what you're going to eat. Enjoy it. For the first time, maybe you can sit down and have a breakfast and a lunch that's going to be meaningful to you. Because most of the times, especially now, because we're having all this uncertainty that's happening and a lack of control, it is really, really important to do this. So this is your exercise for today. When you're eating or drinking, eat in your non-dominant hand. You'll take the time to enjoy it. You will enjoy it. You will probably even eat less. When you eat mindfulness, you'll realize you won't eat as much as you normally eat. as we say that, I like to always end with our celebration. And today we're going to celebrate something that's last week we celebrated kindness or appreciation. What I want to do is take the celebration one step further this time. What I mean by one step further is that we talked about food, and we talked about how we want to enjoy our food. It's really important today because if we look at our experiences that we experience, we look at all the things that either unpleasant, pleasant, or neutral. Now, what I mean by the neutral, it means are the things that, if I ask you what did you do last Tuesday at 6 p.m. and you don't remember, it was neutral. But a lot of our experiences are unpleasant, especially now when uncertainty is occurring. Now, one thing I want you to do today is be kind to yourself and a little bit generous to yourself, because when we go through uncertain, unpleasant situations, we reach for something that's pleasant. And guess what is pleasant? Food. So one thing we see on Facebook, one thing we talk about how much people are eating now than they ever ate before. And the reason why, because we have to deal with unpleasant situations, and we have unpleasant situations, we go to something pleasant. That pleasant is usually food. So I want you to be kind to yourself. I want you to be generous to yourself. If you're reaching for some food, don't feel guilty. Understand that the reason why you're doing this because it is unpleasant. You're dealing with unpleasantries, and so you need something to make you just feel a little bit in control, make you feel a little bit like you're sane. The reason why people are buying all this toilet paper right now because it gives them a sense of control. That the one thing they can do is they have toilet paper. It brings them control. It makes them feel pleasant. It gives them pleasure. So when you eat, when you're unpleasant, when you reach for that food, don't beat yourself up. If you use mindfulness awareness and say, there's a bag of cookies there, I think I'll have one. You'll have one. Don't fight not having one. Have that one cookie. That's going to make it. So we're talking about last week appreciation. We talked about kindness. Now we're talking about a little generosity, but be generous to yourself. It is really important right now. You take a few minutes and understand that treating yourself well, treating yourself with kindness is a better way of doing it. So we have a couple minutes left, so I'm going to finish it with a little kindness drill, sort of like we did last week. We're going to add a little bit different to it. So we're going to do is kind of just sit back again for just a quick minute or so, and we're going to think about how we're here today and how much we appreciate it is to be here today. And then we're going to bring a little kindness to ourselves, a little generosity to ourselves. We're going to feel good about ourselves. We're going to say things like, I want to be safe. I want to be protected. I would like to be healthy. I want to be strong. I want to be able to be free from suffering, free from pain. I want to be able to enjoy the rest of the week. I want to be able to enjoy life the way it is. I want to be accept and be willing to keep things as they are, accept things as they are, and to be with things as they are. Now, with that, I'm going to say thank you very much. I appreciate the half an hour we spent today. I look forward to next week. Next week, we're going to do something interesting. We're going to be dealing with time. We're going to deal with pain. Remember 5 at 5. Don't forget that every day at 5 o'clock. At least meditate for at least 5 minutes. The mobile apps are available. Insight Timer, UCLA. UCLA, I enjoy a lot. That's my favorite. The website. But next week, we're going to be dealing with pain. We're going to be dealing with how to use mindfulness to make the pain either reduce or to make it be able to live with us a little bit better. Again, thanks a lot, everybody. I look forward to next Monday. Have a good week. Thank you.